In this video, I want to talk about appreciating art. And if you're not art-minded, whatever that means, I would highly recommend becoming more art-minded. And I guess what I mean to say by that is actually going to art exhibits, is actually investing in some crayons or some paintbrushes to draw on the side. I mean, one of the favorite things that I do socially is going over to my friend's house and they have an art night. So it's just a bunch of people and we're all just doing just random, whatever speaks to our heart, we're just drawing or creating at this big table. And I think, short of just developing your creativity and making you more savant, I think art is just a very beautiful thing and oftentimes a very bleak and almost miserable reality. And I put that in quotations because, you want to be optimistic, you want to focus on the good, you want to be grateful. But there are harsh realities that sometimes make life, difficult. And it was somebody who said that, you need to have like art in your room because the beauty, it like fights against just the overall misery of actual reality. And there's truth to that. It's like when I look in my room and I see just this beautiful picture of like an aurora borealis or the sea or something like that, it makes me feel a lot better. It like takes me into like a different realm. And so you don't have to be incredibly knowledgeable about art. I think there's some art pieces that just look like a big splat of red and they go for like $1 billion or something because there's something going on there. You don't have to be like a super, Renaissance type person when it comes to art. But I would highly recommend going to art exhibits and to just seeing what other people are creating because it does take you out of this very realistic orientation to life. If all you see is just the streets and the buildings and like a tree here or there, that can get kind of dulling and boring after a while. But if you see beautiful art on a consistent basis, it opens you up to more positive feelings overall. So when I say appreciating art, it doesn't have to be like the most Picasso and Van Gogh. It doesn't have to be just this super, everybody agrees that it's just fantastic art. It can be anything. It can be stick figures. Like, I think in general, if a father gets a piece of art from his daughter and it's a stick figure of the family, that's the best art that man is ever going to see because of, what comes behind it and just the intention. I made something for you. And I find that you in this picture and me and mommy and everybody, it's a beautiful thing, So I would highly recommend engaging in some kind of artistic expression, be that crayons, be that paint, be that sculpture, be that ceramics, whatever. And then go out, visit your local art exhibits, see what the local artists, a lot of times they have like a monthly kind of art thing, and just kind of expose yourself to these different things rather than just the typical pop culture, social media, because it will open your mind up to just more pleasant feelings and it'll make you a little bit more appreciative of just life in general. I think art is just this beautiful medium of describing what is within our souls. It's not just bare bones, have to work all the time. We can actually set aside time for creativity and what speaks to us on a much more metaphysical level than just, basic concerns of living. So think about that next time you're out and about. Art can change you, art can influence you, and art can make you a much more creative person overall. I'll see you in the next one.